Hello, good evening everyone, and welcome to the Commentary Hub's alternative audio coverage of Northampton Town against Kettering Town in the FA Cup first round. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and the atmosphere is building up inside Sixfields Stadium. Kettering have got quite a few players with bags of experience. Niall Ranger made 26 appearances for Newcastle United in the Premier League between 2010 and 2013. Also, Gary Hooper is impressive. He played for Norwich City in the Premier League, and he scored 82 goals in 138 matches for Celtic in the Scottish Premier League between 2011 and 2013. So look out for them. Niall Ranger is starting. Gary Hooper is on the subs bench. Northampton are currently 18th in League One, and they need to pick up form. They've only won 2 out of their last 5 league matches, and their last victory in any competition was against Crawley Town 3-0 on the 26th of October. There are currently FA Cup games going on at the moment, going into extra time and later penalties. I will bring you the final scores at around half time. Cameron McGeehan also wants to look out for. He won the FA Cup. He won the FA Youth Cup, I should say, with Norwich City in 2013. So Northampton can also count on experienced players as well. So and also on the subs bench are 2 new signings for Norwich: Martin Waghorn and TJ Ayoma. We'll go into more details for them a bit later. And our match officials are Elliot Bell, who will referee the match, and he will be assisted by Alan Cresswell and Ryan Williams. Benjamin Speedy is the 4th official. Bell has refereed 15 matches this season, 4 in each of League Two, the National League, and also the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. He's also refereed 2 matches in League One and 1 in Premier League Two, which for those who don't know is the Premier Division of youth football. Kettering's FA Cup run is thus: they won 2-1 in the FA Cup in the first qualifying round, I should say, 2-1 against Stafford Rangers at home. They beat Cleethorpes Town 1-0 again at home, and they won 3-0 away to St Ives Town and 2-1 away to Farsley Celtic in the 4th round. The players now standing at the foot of the tunnel. So quickly go through the lineups and it's Nick Zarnev in goal, with Nestor Guinness-Walker, John Guthrie, the captain, Jack Baldwin, Akinwale, Odin Mayo, Sami Kushani, Ben Fox, Tariq Fosu-Henry, Cameron McGeehan, and Mitch Pinnett. For Kettering Town, it's Dan Joseph, Ben in goal, Ben Hart, Lewis White, Connor Johnson, Aaron Powell, Tyree Wilson, Isaiah Noel Williams, Andy Tarnosh, Devon Kelly-Evans, Bruno Andrade, and Niall Ranger. And so the players now making their way out onto the pitch, and the referee gets hold of the match ball and gets ready to place it onto the pitch. Northampton getting a round of applause from the home supporters. Northampton and Kettering have met before in the FA Cup twice. Their most recent visit was in 1989, and Northampton won on the day. So there could be a bit of a shock. So there could be a shock going on. Kettering have the record of being the team in the FA Cup with the most goals, and I believe they have something like 114 goals overall. The players going through the traditional handshake rituals and everything. We will have the sides formations for you as and when we can, and I can reveal that Northampton are in a 4-1-2-3 formation. Sarnev in goal, the back four on in Mayo, Guthrie, Baldwin and Guinness Walker, McGeehan and Fox in midfield, flanked by Kushani. The three forwards, Pinnock, Posu and McCarron, who I did not get. Half a mo while I take a look. But for Kettering, it's Jazap in goal, then Hart, Johnson, White, Powell, the back four, Kelly, Tarnodge and Wilson. In midfield, the forward midfielder is Ranger with Noel Williams and Andrade, the two forwards. Their manager is Richard Lavery himself experienced in the ways of non-league football as a player. And the team's now removing their. I mean, and so the pre-match presentations are now over, and standing on the touchline is the Kettering-born Northampton manager Brady. Forgotten his first name, by the way. And there will soon be before kickoff and under Cameron McGeehan, he also spent 3 seasons with Ostend in Belgium between 2020 and 2023. After Ostend, he joined Northampton. And so we are now but a few minutes away. Niall Ranger, another string to his bow. He reached the 5th round with Boreham Wood in 2022. They lost to Everton on that occasion, of course. Kettering wearing a sky blue type strip. Northampton wearing their usual wine red colours. And any second now we'll go, and we're still going through the pre-match rituals and the toss of the coin. Who will be kicking off where? Guthrie and Johnson shake hands, and we are now together as this is in the run-up to Remembrance Day, we now pause for a couple of minutes silence. As the banner says, we shall remember them, lest we forget. And the applause well received by the audience. So we are now just about getting ready. To kick off. It'll be Northampton that will kick us off. And I've just remembered that the other forward is number 17, Liam McCarron. So apologies for not getting it earlier. So everyone is away, and away we go then for the FA Cup first round match between Northampton and Kettering. Northampton are playing from left to right, Kettering right to left, and the ball into the goal early on in towards the goalkeeper, I should say, early on for Northampton. Nick Sarnev clears the ball out of goal, caught by Lewis White. And now the ball is back with Northampton. The ball now being played in towards the 18-yard box, and Pinnock, but deflected away by Kettering. Northampton still have the ball though. It's now with Odin Mayo. Forward cross up the field, into the right side, into the near side of the 18-yard box, and it was almost caught, I think, by Fosu Henry, but it has gone over the line for a Kettering throw-in. So Richard Lavery looking on from the Kettering touchline. He was appointed manager in February, and so the game restarts, and that's Pinnock, forward cross to Liam McCarron, but the ball went into the arms of Dan Joseph. So Yazer clears the ball away, and it was on the left, and the ball went onto the left side, and it's gone out for a throw-in. The Kettering fans looking on expectantly. One thing I should also mention now is that a new rule change has been imposed for this year. Is that after 90 minutes there will not be any replays from the first round onwards. The game will have to be settled by way of extra time and penalties. Both sets of fans will be hoping that this is not the case, as John Guthrie picks up the ball for Northampton. He passes to Sami Kushani, the Tunisia under-21 international. Back now with Guthrie, and almost caught by Kettering just beyond the halfway line. So Kettering now have the ball through Bruno Andrade, formerly of Maidstone United. Northampton take it back though, and it is back with Sami Kushani. Kushani plays the ball forward to Cameron McGeehan. It's McGeehan. He's approaching the 18-yard box, halted by the Kettering number 12, Lewis White. And after 3 minutes, it's Northampton 0, Kettering 0. And this was a great piece of playing by Cameron McGeehan, and Lewis White Lewis White was able to intercept in time. Comment from Neil says, "Good luck, Kettering. Good luck, Gary Hooper. Hope you can get off bench to score. Thumbs up from a Celtic fan in Scotland." So goal kick to Kettering, and the ball goes out and is caught by Northampton by the looks of it. It's now with Pinnock, but over the line it goes for a throw. I think Kettering might have got the touch to it. Throwing quickly taken, and it's been passed around Northampton. The ball currently with Baldwin. Baldwin passes up the wing to the captain Guthrie. John Guthrie for Northampton. Quick pass to Kushane. Back towards Guthrie. Kushane once more tries to hold off Kettering in case they get ideas. Ball now being played forward, but was briefly intercepted by Kettering. It's now gone over the other side of the halfway line, and the ball now being played forward. Nice cross towards Ben Fox. Some 20 or so meters, some 25 or so yards from the 18-yard box. And watching on is John Brady. He won promotion to League One with Northampton in 2023, and he, of course, and at one stage he played for Kettering himself. So a Kettering old boy could upset his former side. The ball now being cleared for by Joseph, and but still with Northampton. McCarron after the ball, but well caught by Ben Hart, and or was it Hart and McCarron. McCarron has just gone down onto the ground. It'll be a free kick to Kettering. I think McCarron wasn't. I think McCarron might have been in the wrong place at the wrong time. But free kick to the Poppies. Had a decent cup ties about 15 years ago with the likes of Fulham and Leeds United in the past. So a throw in to Kettering to be taken by Ben Hart. Hart with the throw, but intercepted by Northampton, and it's Ben Fox passing to McCarron. McCarron swiftly passes back to Fox. They're approaching the 18-yard box, but not to be this time. Well defended by Lewis White, and once Lewis White got the ball, Ben Fox just didn't stand a chance. But in fact, it wasn't Lewis White. It was Isaiah Noel Williams by the looks of it, or was it? No, it was Tyree Wilson. Corner to Northampton, and could this be the first real chance of goal in the at a goal for either side in this match? So corner slowly taken. It's now being played towards McCarron. McCarron goes for goal, but it's just wide. That's the first real chance Northampton have had at goal, and Liam McCarron aimed correctly, but he had the right intention, but his angle was just way off. And plenty of anxious faces in the stands. One or two trying to keep warm, taking a drink of coffee or tea or even Bovril. So the game is replayed, and the ball is with Sami Kushani. Kushani to Fox. Fox now towards Pinnock, nearing the touchline, but Kettering managed to retake it. I think after going after the ball was Tyree Wilson, or in fact it wasn't. It was Isaiah Noel Williams. The ball is now with Wilson, but Wilson has been fouled. In fact, it was Andy Tanoj. Free kick taken by Kettering. It's Kelly Evans to I think that's White. No, in fact, it's Andy Tarnosh. Kettering with a chance at goal, and saved by Nick Tarned. Let's have another look at this. The delivery was played well into the 18-yard box, and unfortunately, Niall Ranger just could not. And unfortunately, Niall Ranger, his header was right, but but had he not been held back, that could well have been the first goal for Kettering. Kettering still aren't done, though. They want that first goal. It's inside the 18-yard box. I think bundled out was Isaiah Noel Williams, and it is over the touchline for a throw. I think there'll be a throw into Kettering. It is, and the throw-in will be taken by Aaron Powell. So Powell with the ball, crossing in towards, I couldn't see who, but it was just outside the 18-yard box. The ball now being played to Isaiah Noel Williams, but conceded to Fosu Henry. Fosu Henry to number 12, Guinness Walker, who passes to Sarnev. Sarnev over the line for another throw to Kettering, and it will be Ben Hart that will take the throw, headed by Northampton. but it's over the line once again. This time on the far side. Difficult to choose who is the strongest side at the moment. But nevertheless, after 10 minutes, it still remains Northampton 0, Kettering 0. Now thrown to Sami Kushani. Sami Kushani. Kushani down the wing to Jack Baldwin. Baldwin passes to Jack Baldwin, passes to Odin Mayo. He's over the halfway line. Now he goes back to the other. Now he goes back the other way, passing it to Baldwin. Baldwin to Fosu Henry, who was inside the centre circle. 1-0 played back to John Guthrie, I should say. Guthrie tries to play it forward to McCarron, but cleared away really to McGeehan, I should say, but cleared away really well by one of the Kettering defenders. Given away though to Mitch Pinnock, and it's Pinnock with the ball. He's approaching the 18-yard box. Tackled by I think that was Connor Johnson, the Kettering captain, and it's over the line for a throw. The ball's passed to Jack Baldwin. Guthrie just outside the centre circle. Now the ball's over the halfway line. Now it goes back the other way towards John Guthrie. Guthrie passing to Kushani. Now back with Guthrie. Guthrie was almost under pressure from Isaiah Noel Williams. Now it's with Pinnock briefly, but intercepted by Kettering, and now the ball has ended up at the feet of Bruno Andrade, tackled by Odin Mayo. Odin Mayo passes to Baldwin. Baldwin clears the ball forward towards Liam McCarron. Now the ball is back inside the centre circle, picked up by Kettering. But Northampton do well to tackle through Tariq Fosu Henry. Fosu Henry passing quickly to Kushani inside the centre circle. It's all happening. It's all go at Sixfields at the present moment. Now the ball is with Niall Ranger for Kettering Town. He's approaching the 18-yard box. Has to give way, and a foul. And a foul on a Kettering, and a foul on I think that was Bruno Andrade. The referee says play on. The ball is now back with Northampton. There is a clear space and an open goal, but McCarron is offside. I had a feeling he would be. McCarron, there was no real need for McCarron. He was clearly offside. A body's length ahead of the Kettering defender, and Northampton will have to think of a better move to score that opening goal. So free kick to Dan Yazef for Kettering. And Liam McCarron must collect his thoughts together and see what he can do next time. 14 minutes in, it's still Northampton 0, Kettering 0. The ball is with Bruno Andrade. It's Andrade for Kettering. Swift pass to Kelly Evans, who almost finds Isaiah Noel Henry, but Noel Williams, I should say, but the ball has been given back to Northampton forward cross, I should say, to Nesta Guinness Walker. It's Guinness Walker trying to hold off Lewis White, but he passes swiftly to Tariq Fosu Henry. It's Fosu Henry crossing down the wing to Mitch Pinnock, who's just outside the 18-yard box. Now passing to Odin Mayo. Odin Mayo to I think that's Cameron McGeehan. McGeehan concedes to Kettering, but Ben Fox regains it for the Cobblers. Northampton take the lead through Cameron McGeehan. was an impressive goal, or was it? Hang on, it won't. Hang on, it won't count. He's offside. The flag was up. Northampton cruelly denied. I'll try and assess what happened. And now is as good as time as any to see what happened. So Fox with the initial delivery. McGeehan was just fractionally offside. And from the moment the ball went in, he knew. And from the moment the ball went in, and he saw the flag, he knew that the goal wouldn't count. Had this bit, of course, this match, of course, being at a League One ground, this doesn't include VAR. But as I say this, it's Isaiah Noel Williams for Kettering, passes to Tyree Wilson. Now back to Noel Williams. Noel Williams does want to hold on to the ball inside the 18-yard box. He's fouled He has fouled a Northampton defender. And the referee calls a halt to proceedings. Quite an action-packed last couple of minutes. Quite an action-packed last couple of minutes at Sixfields. Northampton thought they had scored the first goal, only for it to be ruled out. Another chance to take a look at it. To me, it didn't seem as first glance that McGeehan was offside, but rules are rules, and the goal doesn't stand. Throw in to Kettering, and this is from the far side this time, and to take the throw is, I think, Devon Kelly Evans. It's Kelly Evans headed and given to. I think that was Noel. I think that was given to Andy Tarnodge. It's Tarnodge to Ranger. The ball swiftly taken back by Northampton and Kushane. And over the line it goes, caught by Nesta Guinness Walker. So Nesta Guinness Walker to take the throw for Northampton. Looks for the right angle. He throws, and the ball is headed by Kettering. Caught, but Kettering have received the ball. Nicked though by Ben Fox, and it goes over the far side line once more. Throw in to Kettering, and it will be Ben Hart to take the throw. Ben Hart throws to Niall Ranger, but Northampton stopped this attack. Kettering regained the ball though, and they are pressing towards the 18-yard box. But the offside flag has gone up. The flag has gone up, and we'll try and work out why the flag has got. And we'll try and work out why the flag has gone up. I think it might be to do with the fact that a player might have impeded somebody. I can't tell for sure at the moment. If anyone knows, then get in touch in the comments. Headed by Odin Mayo to Mitch Pinnock. He was inside the 18-yard box. Northampton have a chance, but kept out by Kettering. The ball is now back with Northampton. It's currently with Tariq Fosu-Henry. Fosu-Henry into the 18-yard box, but kept out by Kettering. That time the Poppies take the ball. The ball has now been passed to Bruno Andrade. Bruno Andrade near the touchline, and this time it's ended up with Aaron Powell. Powell to the goalkeeper, Yazef. Yazef was, I think, aiming for Niall Ranger. The ball is now currently with Devon Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans to the captain, Johnson. Passes back to Yazef. Now the ball is being played forward to Ben Hart. Ben Hart was passing to Noel Williams, but was held off by White, or or should I say Guthrie. Now it's Kettering with the ball inside the 18-yard box. It's Niall Ranger held off by Guthrie. Good teamwork by Northampton. And now after the ball is Tyree Wilson. And Kettering still are hungry for this first goal, but so too are Northampton. And now powering over the halfway line was Odin Mayo, but the ball was but he lost it. But he was tackled by Kettering, and the ball went the other way. This is a frenetic game that I'm watching. And it looks as though the action just won't stop until half time. So the ball now being passed to Nick Zarnev. Zarnev passing to the Northampton captain Guthrie. Guthrie outside the goal area to Kushani, but outside the goal area to Kushani. Now back to Guthrie. Back to Nick Zarnev. And Zarnev clears the ball up the field, but intercepted by Kettering, who were just outside the centre circle. Now the ball's headed by Tarnoj. Tarnoj loses it to Liam McCarran, so it's McCarran to John Guthrie for Northampton. Over the line it goes to Fosu Henry, but retaken by Kettering, and the ball has been passed to Dan Yazef. 22 minutes gone. It's still Northampton Town 0, Kettering Town 0. I'd have to say right at this moment, Northampton are slightly ahead in terms of possession, although Kettering aren't that far behind. So the ball now being passed around. It's still with Kettering. Now retaken by Sami Kushane. It's Kushane. Kushane almost loses it to Kettering. Kettering retake the ball. It's now with Niall Ranger. Ranger was looking for Andrade, but the defensive wall on Northampton did well to block him. And Niall Ranger and Kettering must be feeling pretty frustrated right now. So it's Fox to I think that was Jack Baldwin. All ends up at the arms of Dan Yazef. And he'll get ready to kick the ball out, and he'll get ready to kick the ball out of the goal, which he does, and he sends it forward to Niall Ranger. That was over the halfway line. It's Bruno Andrade for Kettering, caught by Nesta Guinness-Walker. Nice Niall Ranger's chance, hits the side netting. He can't believe it. Had that been a few inches more to his left, that could well have been the opening goal for Kettering Town. Niall Ranger so disappointed with that. He was clearly in the right place at the right time. It looked as though it was initially going to be Tyree Wilson to score the first goal. Almost had it, but Niall Ranger just could not take advantage of the rebound. And it still remains, after just over 24 minutes, Northampton Town 0, Kettering Town 0. And Richard Lavery will, I'm sure, be using this as a way of trying to motivate them even further in the cup. So the ball now is back with Kettering. Crosses into the 18-yard box, almost caught by Niall Ranger. It's with Bruno Andrade. But over the line, but over the line it goes, and it will be a goal kick. So this was a decent chip, but it didn't go over. It didn't go over the touchline, and the Northampton town mascot interacting with one or two young fans. Ball is now back with Northampton, and forward cross into the 18. Football cross into the opposition 18-yard box, picked up by Dan Yazer. Yazer wearing all yellow in his goalkeeper kit, but concedes the ball to Northampton. It's Mitch Pinnock inside the centre circle. Now onto the near side of the line with Odin Mayo. But it's been passed around back to the opposite side. It's with Guthrie. Guthrie to Fox with the ponytail. Back now with Guthrie. And Guthrie finds Jack Baldwin. So Baldwin passes to Odin Mayo. Odin Mayo to Fosu. Now back towards Guthrie. So Guthrie, Fox now to Kushane. Kushane, that's Kushane forward pass from inside the 18-yard box, but picked up by Dan Yazer. Ball is now back with Fox over the left side of the halfway line. Now down the wing to Odin Mayo. Odin Mayo crossing the ball forward to Pinnock. He's inside the 18-yard box. It's now with Fosu. Fosu and Kettering and Northampton have taken the lead. I think a Kettering player might have accidentally poked the ball into his own net. But it's the Cobblers in front at Sixfields. And the home fans obviously delighted that the Cobblers are in front. So we'll try and piece together what happened. Pinnock it was actually McCarron with the touch of the ball. Fosu I think was the man who finished it off, but did a Kettering player poke the ball into his own net by accident? I think that might have just come off the foot of Connor Johnson, and so McCarron to Fosu, and it might have just scraped the knee off Johnson. Johnson, I think, was the last player to get a touch of the ball. He held his head in his hands, very disappointed that he conceded, but Kettering now have to regroup fast, and they're inside the 18-yard box now. And but kept out by Northampton. And yes, I can confirm that it was a Johnson own goal. So my suspicion was proved correct. And poor old Connor Johnson. He has to recollect his thoughts. He will not be popular with the Kettering fans for quite some time. So it's Odin Mayo forwarded to Liam McCarron, and he has been flagged for offside. Liam McCarron seems to be on the receiving end of offside a lot this evening. The ball is back with Tariq Fosu Henry pressing towards the 18-yard box, but the ball has gone over the offside line, or should I say far side line, and it will be Nestor Guinness-Walker that will take the throw. Walker throws to, I think that's Cameron McGinn. He's close to the corner, but close to the far side corner by the looks of it. But the ball has been retaken by Kettering. But given away to Mitch Pinnock. Pinnock to McGeehan and over the line! And over the bar, I should say, by Cameron McGeehan. And that could have, and had he aimed a bit lower, that would have been the double for Northampton Town. So close. Was just a few centimetres over the over the crossbar. And after after just over 30 and a half minutes, it's still Northampton 1, Kettering 0. And McGeehan wanted to make sure he knows where everyone is, as the ball is kicked out of the goal by Nick Tsarnev. Northampton have made 3 attempts. Kettering also 3. Northampton could make it 4, but denied by Kettering. Now the ball is back with Fox. Fox to, I think that was to McGeehan, who was just outside the 18-yard box, and a forward cross by Tanoj to Niall Ranger, but the offside, but the flag has gone up. It's offside, or should I say, he's offside, and that will, the game is restarted. It's Tsarnev down the wing to Jack Baldwin on the near side of on the near side of the pitch. Back up towards Fox. Fox to Jack Baldwin. Retaken by Kettering. Passes to Yazef. Cleared out of goal by Yazef. Retaken by Northampton over the halfway line onto the left side of the pitch. And the ball was almost being forwarded to Akinwale Odinmayo, but it goes over the line for a throw. And to take the throw for Kettering Town is Aaron Powell. Aaron Powell dusting himself down before taking the throw. It's back with Northampton. Bicycle kick by Pinnock. But it doesn't go the way he wants, unfortunately, and so that's another throw in to Kettering Town. So throw, and over the line it goes once again. And the Northampton manager being very animated on the touchline. So it's McGeehan to Odinmayo. Odinmayo up the wing to Guthrie. Now on the far side is Nestor Guinness-Walker. Guinness-Walker to Kushani. Now back to Guinness-Walker. He crosses down the wing to Jack Baldwin. Back with Ben Fox. They're on the near side this time. And it's back with Baldwin. Baldwin to Nick Tsarnev. Nick Tsarnev quickly passing the ball around. It's back with Sami Kushani. Kushani for Kettering. He's under pressure from Noel Williams, but Northampton still managed to hold on to the ball. Cross down wing to Jack Baldwin. Baldwin goes up. The ball is over the halfway line from Baldwin. Back now with Baldwin. It was actually towards Mitch Pinnock who passed back to Baldwin. Baldwin towards Fosu Henry, and now back with Kushani. Kushani forward cross to I think that was Guinness Walker inside the 18-yard box, but it's over the but a deflection by Ben Hart means it's a throw-in to Northampton on the far side. Ball thrown to Tariq Fosu Henry. Tariq Fosu Henry inside the 18-yard box. passes to Ben Fox. Now back with Fosu Henry. It's McGeehan, and he misses yet again. Unbelievable. And a Rice smile on his face. He knew this wasn't going in, not by a long shot, but that's the closest he has come to scoring for Northampton. Just boing off the side of the net, and it's a goal kick to Kettering to be taken by Dan Yazek. We're just under 10 minutes. We're just under 10 minutes until half time, of which I will read out the scores from the 3 o'clock matches from the FA Cup. And currently with the ball, I think that might have been Tyree Wilson for Kettering, but it's back with Odin Mayo to Kushane. It's now with Ben Fox under pressure from his opposite number and Andy Tarnosh. But Northampton still hold the ball. It's Nesta Guinness-Walker on the far side. Now passing to Guthrie, back towards Kushane. The ball is still on the far side. It's Kushane to Guinness-Walker. Now back towards Guthrie. At the feet now of Nick Sarnev. It goes just outside the 18-yard box to Jack Baldwin. It's Ben Fox, who's now on the near side of the pitch, and he almost lost the ball to Tyree Wilson, but he read the situation really well and was able to keep it. Northampton possession. The referee blows his whistle, and a free kick has been given to Kettering, swiftly taken by Andy Tarnosh. Andy Tarnosh passing to I couldn't see who, but it was aiming for Isaiah Noel Williams. Ball is now with Devon Kelly Evans. Kettering haven't been able to regroup as quickly as they wanted, and they haven't had any further chances. At goal. If anything, Northampton are looking to punish them for that blunder made by Connor Johnson some 10 minutes ago. And the ball is back up. The ball is back in the arms of Nick Sarnev. So it's Sarnev to Jack Baldwin. Baldwin was aiming for Kushane. Back towards Baldwin after a deflection by Kettering. It's still with Jack Baldwin, almost tackled by Niall Ranger, and the ball still remains. And the ball still remains with Northampton. It's Nesta Guinness-Walker. Guinness-Walker to Tyreek Fosu Henry. Now down the wing to Jack Baldwin. Baldwin towards Fox. He's on the near side. Ball still being played by Northampton. Across, looked like a forward pass by Kunsti. Nice with McCarron, but saved by Yazef. I would have to say that McCarron and Cameron McGeehan have been the most threatening players for Northampton pressing towards goal. And it's with Mitch Pinnock. A player is down. The referee says play on. Taken by Tyree Wilson. Wilson having to hold off Odin Meyer, which he's done really well. But the ball is now back in Northampton hands. It's Pinnock, and a couple of Northampton players are down. And the referee blows the whistle. I'm surprised there's been no cautions or anything. It's a throw into Northampton to be taken by Akinwale Odinmayo. So it's Odinmayo with the throw, headed by Kettering, but the ball still remains with Northampton. Nicked by Kettering, and it goes over the halfway line into the near side line. Back at the feet of Nick Sarnev. Sarnev passes to Nesta Guinness-Walker. So it's Guinness-Walker. Forward cross to to Liam McCarron. It's McCarron. He's under pressure from Lewis White. McCarron did well to hold on, but I think the ball was just cleared out just before the corner, and it's now back, and the ball is now back with Northampton. It's inside the 18-yard box. McCarron for 2, but deflected away by Kettering, and I think it ended up at the arms of the and it ended up at the arms of it, Yosef. But Kettering still pressing hard. They're looking for the equaliser, but that was good forward play by Devon Kelly-Evans. Northampton have retaken the ball though. It's Ben Fox down the wing towards the near side, and it's now with Mitch Pinnock. Pinnock for the Cobblers. Goes for a shot, but deflected away by one of the Kettering defenders. And Chris Unwin says, "Good luck to both teams competing in the English FA Cup. Come on, you Cobblers." Northampton fan listening from on holiday in Portugal, and he said, and he has written down something else, but we'll say more towards the end of half time. And the ball is still being played by Kettering. The ball is still in Kettering hands. Kettering still looking for that first goal. It's Tyree Wilson, and down goes Akinwale Odinmayo, and still nothing given against anyone so far. This was what happened just now. Liam McCarron would have made it 2 had it not have been for the actions of Dan Yazef. And with 3 minutes to go, and with some 3 minutes to go until half time, it's still Northampton 1, Kettering 0. It's Ben Fox with the ball, and he passes to John Guthrie on the far side. Now back towards Ben Fox. Fox to Nick Sarnev. And Sarnev clears, and Sarnev tries to do a forward cross to McGeehan, but caught by Kettering and Devon Kelly-Evans. It's Kelly-Evans passing to, I think that might have been White, was aiming for Ranger, but caught superbly by Nick Sarnev. It's Jack Baldwin to Guthrie. Guthrie now to Kushane. Now back to Sarnev. Guthrie once more. He's on the far side. Ends up back at the feet of Sarnev. Now back with Guthrie, and the ball still remains on the far side. It's still with Northampton. Guthrie. Fox. It passes to Fox. I think Fox signalled for the ball. It's Baldwin. Now back with Fox. Fox does well to dodge. Kettering. It's now with Liam McCarron. McCarron to Fox via Odinmayo. And it's now with Tariq Fosu-Henry's just outside the 18-yard box. McCarron tries to line up a shot, but deflected by Kettering. And that looked like a cross going down towards Akinwale Odinmayo, but it's not to be. Throw into Northampton. Pinnock to Ben Fox, and now it's with Odinmayo at the corner. In towards the 18-yard box, kept out by Kettering. It's Nesta Guinness-Walker, who's just at. It's Nesta Guinness-Walker. Now Kushane, who's just over the centre circle. Fox down the wing. Now back to Kushane. Kushane passes to McGeehan. McGeehan to I think that's Nesta Guinness-Walker. Guinness-Walker to Akushane. We're now into the 45th minute. How many minutes will be added on? 1 minute is the answer to that. And that I don't think there'll be much time left for Northampton to extend their lead, nor for Kettering to equalise. But the Kettering fans still in full voice cheer and song. The fireworks are going off around the ground. It's almost bonfire. It is nearly bonfire. There are only a few days till bonfire night, so it is appropriate that the fireworks are going off now. It's Dan Yazef to take the free. It's Dan Yazef to take the other goal kick. We've now got 10 seconds of additional time left. It's Mitch Pinnock, retaken by Lewis White for Kettering. Pass towards Yazef, and that is it. It's the end of, and that is it. It is the end of the first half. Northampton scored the only goal, but that was through a mistake by the Kettering captain, Connor Johnson. Both he and the rest of the Kettering squad will need to regroup and plan what they will do for the second half. Could they cause a shock and even take it to extra time or penalties? We shall see. Half time at Sixfields. It's Northampton Town 1, Kettering Town 0. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll bring you the rest of the scores from the earlier FA Cup matches. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Northampton Town against Kettering Town in in the FA Cup first round. Excuse me. So before we discuss, before I pick out some of my favourite points from the FA Cup, from what has happened so far, we'll just go through some results, starting with the Premier League. Bournemouth 2, Manchester City 1, Ipswich Town 1, Leicester City 1, Liverpool 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Newcastle United 1, Arsenal 0, Nottingham Forest 3, West Ham United 0, Southampton 1, Everton 0, and the halftime score between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Crystal Palace is 0-0. The Championship: Blackburn Rovers 0, Sheffield United 2, Cardiff City 2, Norwich City 1, Hull City 1, Portsmouth 1, Leeds United 3, Plymouth Argyle 0, Middlesbrough 0, Coventry City 3, Oxford United 1, Swansea City 2, Preston North End 1, Bristol City 3, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Sunderland 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Watford 6, and Stoke City 2, Derby County 1. Now the other scores from the FA Cup first round, as promised: Barrow 0, Doncaster Rovers 1, Brackley Town 0, Braintree Town 0, although Brackley Town won 6-5 on penalties. Bradford City 3, Aldershot Town 1, Bristol Rovers 3, Weston-super-Mare 1, Burton Albion 1, Scarborough Athletic 0, Carlisle United 0, Wigan Athletic 2, Chesterfield 3, Horsham 1, Crewe Alexandra 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Exeter City 5, Barnet 3, Gillingham 0, Blackpool 2, Grimsby Town 0, Wealdstone 1, Hendersford Town, Gainsborough Trinity 4, Gainsborough 1, 5-4 on penalties. Maidenhead United 0, Maidenhead United 1, Crawley Town 2, Newport County 2, Peterborough United 4, Port Vale 1, Barnsley 3, Reading 2, Fleetwood Town 0, Rochdale 3, Bromley 4, Rotherham United 1, Cheltenham Town 3, Rochelle Olympic 0, Accrington Stanley 2, Salford City 2, Shrewsbury Town 1, Solihull Moors 3, Maidstone United 0, Southend United 3, Charlton Athletic 4, Stevenage 1, Guiseley 1, Stevenage 1, 5-4 on penalties. Stockport County 2, Forest Green Rovers 1, Swindon Town 2, Colchester United 1, Tonbridge Angels 1, Harborough Town 4, Tranmere Rovers 1, Oldham Athletic 2, Walsall 2, Bolton Wanderers 1, Woking 0, Cambridge United 1, Worthing 0, Morecambe 2, and finally Wycombe Wanderers 3, York City 2. So we're now gearing up for the start of the second half. The FA Cup second round draw will be tomorrow. Don't know if anyone from the Commentary Hub will be doing it, but if anyone from the Commentary Hub is listening in, then do please let me know. But anyway, you can also. But in any case, you can also listen to Ross Vernon's coverage of Cheshire United against Lincoln City on Monday night. And we are now just a few minutes away from the start of the FA Cup second half. Will there be any substitutes for Northampton or Kettering? I think Kettering might need to put in a few. Might need to use a couple of substitutes like Gary Hooper and Marvin Sordell, and Northampton also need to increase their. Northampton also need to ensure that they stay ahead. They could well bring on the new boy Martin Waghorn, formerly of Derby County and Ipswich Town, and we are still, and the players still going some players still going through this last-minute warm-up. We'll just get back to one of the comments I was mentioning by Chris Unwin. He says, "Hello, Mr. Nicholas Jones, as well. Love listening to your radio commentaries. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Chris. And I hope you're having a nice holiday in Portugal." We are now, and we're still waiting for the players to get settled in and ready to get ready for the second half. They're still playing around for bits. It's currently nighttime in Northampton, and some people are just looking back through old FA Cup archives. One amazing game was between Tottenham Hotspur and Wycombe Wanderers a few seasons ago, which would have been the 4th or 5th round. That day, Wycombe held Tottenham very, very close, but in the end, Spurs just eased ahead of them and won the match 4-3. And Wycombe Wanderers themselves, they're a club themselves, not to be taken too lightly. They're not afraid of taking on anyone from higher tier sides, or even from their own division. League Cup semi-finalists in 2007 when they lost to Chelsea, and FA Cup semi-finalists in 2001 when they lost to Liverpool. But getting back to the subjects in hand, we're now gearing up, but we're now hoping to get ready for the FA for the second half between Northampton and Kettering, and it looks to me as though the players are back. It looks to me as though the players are back on the pitch. Indeed, they are. We should get ready for this, and we should get ready for the start of the second half. Kettering were punished. Kettering let in a goal of their Kettering let in an own goal to give Northampton the lead. They managed to keep the goal at 1-0. Will their luck turn for the second half? It'll be Isaiah Noel-Williams to restart proceedings for the Poppies, and they will be playing, and they will be going in opposite directions. Kettering will be going from left to right, and Northampton right to left. So the game restarts, and Kettering have the ball straight away, and the ball is now being played forward to Andrade, but in his way was Guinness Walker, and Andrade fouled him. Lucky to get away with that. Lucky to get away with that, in my view. As the ball now cleared out of the goal by Nick Sarnev, but the ball has been given away to Andrade for Kettering. The ball is now with Noel Williams, and an offside flag has gone up against Kettering, and the Northampton manager John Brady giving his instructions from the touchline, headed by Ben Hart, but given back to Nestor Guinness Walker, throw in to be taken by Northampton. Actually, forgot to mention. Actually, I should have mentioned that Northampton's shorts are white. I may have said earlier on in the first half that they were wearing an all wine red strip. If I have, then I do apologise. So the ball is now with Kelly Evans, and the ball being played forwards almost outside the 18-yard box, but held by Kushane of Northampton. Just over 2 minutes have been played. It still remains Northampton 1, Kettering 0. And the ball's now being forwarded in towards the near side, into the near side and over the line. It'll be a Kettering throw, and I think it'll be Tanoj that will take the throw. Given away to Northampton and Tariq Fosu Henry, but he was momentarily pushed by Ben Hart and thus lost control of the ball. I believe that will be a throw-in to Northampton. It will be Guinness Walker to take the throw, and he throws to McCarron. Now back to Guinness Walker. Loses the ball to Kettering. That's Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans to I think that was Ben Hart. Ben Hart to Aaron Powell. And now after the ball is Niall Ranger. Niall Ranger almost had the ball, but he conceded to Kushane. Ranger still after the ball though, and almost near the far side. Throwing given to Kettering. They are not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. And the ball has been thrown to Isaiah Noel Williams, but retaken by Northampton. It's back with Kettering and the captain Johnson. Northampton after the ball, but retaken by Bruno Andrade. Now back with Northampton. The ball's been moving at quite a rapid pace. I find it hard to keep up. Nesta Guinness Walker passing to John Guthrie, who was just outside the 18-yard box. Back to Sarnev. Now Guthrie again. Guthrie toing and throwing with Sarnev to try and throw Kettering off the scent. And a forward cross by Guthrie towards McCarron, who almost made it 2 for the Cobblers, but the ball was easily saved by Dan Yazef. Superb delivery by Guthrie. McCarron almost had it, but I think he was cut off by the Kettering captain Johnson. Throw-in taken by the Poppies. Ben Hart to Lewis White. Now a quick pass to Aaron Powell. Powell to Tanoj. Now back towards Connor Johnson. Johnson to White. Now it's with Dan Yazef, who's just come out of the 18-yard box. Passes down the wing to Lewis White. Lewis White's on the near side. The ball now being played forward to Tanoj. Tanoj to what looks to be what was Ben Hart. It's over the line. It was cleared over. It was sent out by Guinness Walker, but the throw-in has been taken. It's Tanoj was aiming for Noel Williams, but Northampton were able to hold on, and I think McCarron has been fouled. We'll see what happens. Just a normal incident between him and Isaiah Noel Williams. Nothing to warrant a card for. but a free kick has been given to Northampton. The referee has been very fair throughout this match. It has to be said. Guthrie to Nick Sarnov. Now outside to Dan Baldwin and Pinnock. The ball is on the far side of the pitch. It's McGeehan towards Pinnock. Pinnock looking for a space inside the 18-yard box. Headed out by Kettering. Now the ball ends up back with Ben Fox. Fox to Pinnock. Pinnock passing it to Okinmayo. Okinmayo towards Fox. Now another chance inside the 18-yard box. Almost picked up by McGeehan, but kept out by the Kettering defenders. The ball is now made its way to Davin Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans to Tanoj. Intercepted by Fosu Henry. It's Tariq Fosu Henry inside the 18-yard box. The ball is now with McGeehan, but well held by Kettering. Kettering aren't giving up. It's now with Bruno Andrade, who's on the near side, saved by Nick Zarnev. And after 53 minutes, it still remains Northampton 1, Kettering 0. Nesta Guinness-Walker for Northampton. Passing to McGeehan. Now it's with Guthrie, who's just outside the 18-yard box. In fact, to his right is the D. Now he passes to Nesta Guinness-Walker. Guinness-Walker passes to Nick Zarnev. Remember, should this game be equal after 90 minutes, we go to extra time and possibly penalties. And now it's with McCarran. McCarran blazes it over the crossbar. And I think he may have hurt himself in the process, clutching at his foot. That is bad news for the Northampton forward. He did everything right in my view, but his shot was just too powerful. And he will be ruining that mistake. And as he failed to double Northampton's lead, his teammates are checking him over to see if he's all right. I think one of them is trying to press down on his feet to try and get him moving. To try and get his energy going. It looks as though there will be a corner to Northampton Town, and he's back up on his feet. He appears to be all right, stretching his legs, and it will be Kushane to take the corner for Northampton. And is the ball going in? No, it isn't. Saved by Dan Yazef. And Yazef rolls the ball to, I think that was the Connor Johnson. Yes, indeed it was. So Johnson to Davin Kelly Evans. Almost intercepted by Fosu Henry. Headed by John Guthrie. And now the ball has ended up at the feet of Bruno Andrade, but it's gone over the line on the near side. And that will be and I think a substitute is about to be made for Kettering. It looks as though the veteran striker Gary Hooper will be coming onto the pitch. We'll let you know if he is very shortly, as Kushane forwards the ball to McCarran just over the halfway line. Tanoj retakes the ball for Kettering, but gives it away to Nesta Guinness-Walker, who passes to Jack Baldwin. And so it's Baldwin to Tanoj. Loses it to Tanoj. And now the ball has been... And now it's Powell. Powell down the wing to Ben Hart. Hart to Bruno Andrade. Andrade in towards the 18-yard box, but kept out by Northampton. Tanos with another try, but Northampton are equal to that one too. Down goes McCarron, who was fouled just now. And now the ball is back with Tanos. Tanos to... and is there a chance for the goal? No, there isn't. And that looked like Ben Hart with the efforts. The Kettering fans applauding him. But I think Nick Zarnev did really well to keep that one out. There was a bit of a scramble inside. The goal area, but I think John Guthrie got the last touch. Of the ball and deflected it away. That was the diving header almost gave Kettering the chance to equalise. Corner to the Poppies. And it's Ben Hart inside the 18-yard box, cleared away by Pinnock. Now the ball has gone straight back to Kettering. Going after the ball is Aaron Powell. Powell loses it to Pinnock. Pinnock to Odin Mayo. Odin Mayo now to I think that's Kushane. Kushane back to Odin Mayo. Odin Mayo to Pinnock. He's closing in on the 18-yard box. The ball is now with Tariq Fosu-Henry. Fosu-Henry inside the 18-yard box. Now it's with McCarron. Saved again by Dan Yazek. Northampton are still looking for that second goal. And we're just about a couple of minutes away from the hour mark. It still remains Northampton 1, Kettering 0. And over the halfway line, it's Ben Fox. Fox to Dan Yazek, who comes out of the goal. And the ball has made its way to John Guthrie. Guthrie over the halfway line to Fosu-Henry. Now back towards Guthrie. It's back with Sarnev. Guthrie. Guthrie just outside the 18-yard box. Passes to Fosu-Henry. Fosu-Henry up the wing to... Fosu-Henry up the wing to Fox. And Fox concedes to Isaiah Noel Williams. It's Noel Williams down towards Andrade. Andrade towards Niall Ranger, but kept away by Northampton. And it's now back with Andy Tanoj. Andy Tanoj to Niall Ranger. Kept out by Northampton via Kushane. Kushane with the ball. He's inside the centre circle. Now the ball goes over the halfway line to Odin Mayo. It's Odin Mayo down the wing to Guthrie. Guthrie further down the wing to Guinness Walker. Now it's Pinnock. Pinnock to Fosu-Henry. Fosu-Henry to Guinness Walker over the halfway line. Now inside the centre circle is Dan Baldwin. Baldwin to Mitch Pinnock. Baldwin to Mitch Pinnock. Pinnock to Guthrie. Guthrie to Nesta Guinness Walker. The ball is the other side of the halfway line. It's a Kushane to Cameron McGeehan. Now Liam McCarron, but the referee has given a free kick to Northampton. And Cameron McGeehan, I think, may have been fouled. We'll just take another look at that. In fact, he was clattered into by Connor Johnson and McGeehan. McGeehan understandably aggrieved. And that latest attempt at goal by Liam McCarron, saved by fractions of a second by Dan Yazef. Will there be a substitute? In fact, there is, as Kettering make a substitution, and we'll let you know who has come onto the pitch in a moment or two. It's Miller for Noel Williams, and Andrade has made way for Gary Hooper. And number 17 is actually Luca Miller. So it's Hooper back towards Tarnosh. Now Hooper passes back towards Tarnosh. Now it's Ben Hart inside the 18-yard box, almost picked up by Niall Ranger. Good interception by Akinwale Odinmayo. Odinmayo to Ben Fox. Picked up by Connor Johnson near the 18-yard box. 62 minutes gone. It's still Northampton 1, Kettering 0. And Kettering still looking for the chance to equalise. By the way, I forgot to mention that. And offside flag for Northampton. Completed passes, they've made 300. Kettering just 125. I was just going to say that Kettering currently play in the Southern Premier Division Central. So they've done really well. To get to this stage. They've reached the 4th round a couple of times in their history. But it doesn't look as though they will. But the way things are going, it doesn't look as though they'll get beyond the 1st round. So Ben Fox to Cameron McGeehan. Now back towards Fox, who just gets it before it goes over the corner, and the flag goes up. Somebody must have been offside. We'll try and assess the situation. Did the ball? Was there a handball involved? I think there may have been. Just take another look at that. Yes, I think it did just graze Connor Johnson's hand. And that has given a free kick. To Northampton. It'll be Mitch Pinnock to take the free kick. In it goes. In towards the 18-yard box. Almost headed in by John Guthrie. But saved by Dan Yazeth. And I'm now taking another look at it. It seems to me as though Guthrie didn't get a chance to get a glance at it. I believe he may have been held up by one of the Kettering defenders, headed this time by Guthrie, but given away to Kelly Evans. It's Aaron Powell to Devon Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans to Gary Hooper. Back to Kelly Evans. Evans between the halfway line and the 18-yard box. Now down towards Lewis White. So it's White with the forward pass to Luca Miller. But he's been stopped for something. I think a player may have been offside. Was Gary Hooper offside? He may well have been. And Graham Carr, who managed both Northampton Town and Kettering in the 80s and 90s, was part of the managed the Kettering team, managed the Kettering side that lost to Northampton all those years ago in 1989. So Andy Tanoj to Dan Yazeth. Yazeth to Niall Ranger, but picks up just in time by Ben Hart. Ben Hart, he's on the right side of the 18-yard box. The ball goes in, but intercepted by Akushane. Now back with Tanoj. Tanoj to Ben Hart. Ben Hart crossing into the 18-yard box and Kettering equalise! It's Luca Miller! Fantastic goal by the substitutes! It looks as though we've now got a real game on our hands, and the Kettering fans are loving this. Superb efforts and a fabulous finish by Luca Miller. I think I might have seen one or two flares going off, but Luca Miller appreciating the applause. A poor giveaway by Northampton to Tanoj. And Hart did well to keep hold of the ball, and the glance and the header by Luca Miller completely unmarked. That was what finished it. That was what finished it off. And Kettering have equalised against Northampton Town. Northampton have to pull ahead by at least another goal to ensure that the match is theirs because of no replays after 90 minutes. And Luca Miller hugged by his teammates and fans and the manager and the Northampton manager Richard and the Kettering manager Richard Lavery is really happy with this. So too are the fans, but with some players being let off, we're gonna have to stop for a couple of minutes, and as some of the security people have made their way onto the pitch to try and defuse the situation. So everyone is back in position for the game to restart. It is Luca Miller after 66 minutes. The situation has been dealt with really well by the pitch security at Northampton, and we have restarted the match. Ben Fox for Northampton, given away to Ben Hart for Kettering. But it goes over the line. And the Kettering fans still jumping up and down. Kettering fans still jumping up and down, banging their tambourines. And you can imagine what this goal means to them. And I think a couple of Northampton substitutes are going to be made as well. We'll let you know who they are as and when we can. But it's McGeehan for Northampton, and currently but the ball has been retaken. But the ball has now been retaken by Kettering, almost sent in towards goal, but well held by Dan Yazef. I think it might have been through Liam McCarron who was about to score. I think one of the substitutes that could well come on is Tyler Magliore. Ball is now with ball still with Kettering, but retaken by Northampton over the far side line. Over the line on the far side it goes. It'll be a Kettering throw-in. Throw-in swiftly taken, given to I think that was Akinwale Odinmayo. Another throw-in to be given. And John Brady shouting his instructions from the touchline. I think 3 Northampton players are going to be substituted, and onto the pitch, I should say, comes Tyler Magliore, and it looks, and we'll just let you know who the other two. We'll just let you know who the other two that are coming on will be soon. 20 minutes of normal time to go, and so Magliore is on, and I think number 43 Charlie Carroll is going to come on as well. We'll just try. We'll try and work it out. It's actually number 4. It's actually Sowerby that's coming on as well. Magliore on for Guinness Walker, and in place of McCarron is Will Hondermack. So the ball is now with. So the ball's still with. Ball is now with Kettering just outside the 18-yard box. It's now currently with Ben Hart. Hart gives it away, and I'll just try and I'm going to try and check who this Sowerby bloke is. But it goes over the line. It's in fact Jack Sowerby, formerly of Fleetwood Town, and that I think was a foul on a Kettering Town player. That was Kelly Evans who went down. We're now still being played. It's with Miller to Aaron Powell, but given back to Northampton Town and McGeehan over the halfway line. Fox intercepted by Connor Johnson. Fox tries to retake it, and a bit of argy-bargy going on between these two, but Johnson almost held on. I was going to compliment it, but the ball went over the line just near the far side left corner. And Ben Fox showing his dissent and disapproval. But they've given Northampton a corner, and I think a yellow card is about to be given against a Kettering Town player. It's Connor Johnson, as if his night couldn't get any worse. He let in the ball for an own goal, and now he's fouled Ben Fox, pulling at his shirt. This is a night he'll probably want to forget in a hurry, unless Kettering win. So it's Fosu Henry, but headed away by Kettering. Back now with Fosu Henry. A Kettering player has gone down, but the referee has stopped play for a moment or two, and Dan Yazef goes over to see what the situation is. So too does the referee. And down on the ground is Aaron Powell. So it's Aaron Powell down. Corner taken by Pinnock, and I think Powell just got caught up in the melee, and as a result he went down. And the referee's going to give somebody a free kick, and straight away Northampton take the free kick through Jack Sowerby straight towards Dan Yazef in goal. We have almost 15 minutes until full time, at which extra time may well be on the cards. All cleared out of goal. Was now with Ben Hart to Mitch Pinnock, but down goes Ben Hart. Game's still being played though. It's Luca Miller on the right-hand side of the 18-yard box. Back with Tanoj. Miller. Retaken by Pinnock. He's over the halfway line. He passes to Fosu Henry, but Fosu Henry couldn't get there in time, and as a result, the ball was nicked by Connor Johnson. Guthrie to Ben Fox. Now with Cameron McGeehan. McGeehan gives the ball away to Kettering. And over the line on the near side, as Richard Lavery has a quick word with the Kettering management. Nick Sarnev clears the ball out of the goal, and now the ball is with Fosu Henry. Fosu Henry to, I think, Will Hondermack. Yes, Will Hondermack, the Congolese international. Sowerby, Pinnock, and deflected by Lewis White, saved by Dan Yazef. He raises it up, and that looked almost like a goal for Northampton, but great deflection by Lewis White. And a Kettering substitute looks like he's going to get ready to come on. Jack Sowerby towards Fosu Henry over the halfway line. The ball is now with Odin Mayo. Odin Mayo in towards the 18-yard box, headed away by what looked to me Ben Hart. And Odin Mayo disappointed. It's a corner to Northampton Town. And the man about to take the corner. I think it's going to be Mitch Pinnock. Everyone trying to get into position. Yes, indeed, it is Mitch Pinnock. Pinnock in towards the 18-yard box, headed away by Sowerby, I think. Northampton go for another go. Have another go, but saved by Dan Yazef. And we now have less than 13 minutes until full time. So Dan Yazef gets ready to kick the ball out of the goal. And he sends it forward. Caught by Mitch Pinnock. Given away to Ben Hart. And it will be a throw-in. To Northampton. As a coming off will be Andy Tanoj. And he will make way for Gary Storer. So Gary Storer makes his way onto the pitch. And the ball, throwing, quickly taken by Northampton. It's now with Fosu Henry. But it goes over the line on the near side. And Northampton will have another throw-in to be taken by Mitch Pinnock. Cleans the ball. To get rid of any excess grass or dirt. He throws. Pinnock manages to hold it. Pinnock manages to regain the ball, though. Inside the 18-yard box, Fox misses the chance. And it still remains Northampton 1, Kettering 1. Guinness Walker over the halfway line. Now back the other way to number 23, Will Honda Mark. Honda Mark to Sowerby. Now back towards Honda Mark. But blocked inside the 18-yard box by Connor Johnson. Pinnock to take the throw-in again. Will he go for a long throw-in? Will he go for a long throw into the 18-yard box? It looks like he is and does. But intercepted by Kettering. The ball now goes out towards. I couldn't see who. It was Magliore. Magliore gives the ball away though to Kettering. It's Luca Miller. Luca Miller to. I couldn't see who. Now back with Miller or Hooper. But it goes over the line on the far side, and it is just on the edge of the 18, and where the ball is angled is on the edge of the 18-yard box. Who will take the throw for Kettering? And it looks to me as though it will be Aaron Powell that will take the throw. Holds the ball over his head. He throws to Luca Miller. Miller to Ranger. Now back towards Miller. Miller inside the 18-yard box. Kept away by Northampton. Good header by Mitch Pinnock. Ball is now with Gary Storer. Storer tries to go for it, but kept out by Northampton. Storer again for Kettering. Ranger. Nicked by Ben Fox. Now on to Mac. And he gives the ball away again to Kettering. Ball is now with Devon Kelly Evans. But again, Northampton keep it out. It's over the halfway line to Johnson. Headed by a Northampton defender. Back with Ondermark. Ondermark to Ben Fox. Nice with Devon Kelly Evans. Luca Miller. He's over the halfway line. He passes down to Aaron Powell. My apologies. Powell to Storer. Connor Johnson. Gary Storer inside the centre circle. Now it's Lewis White. Kettering, I think, have more reserves. Have more gas left in the tank. Northampton could well be tiring out. It's Tariq Fosu-Henry. Fosu-Henry to Cameron McGeehan. McGeehan pressing on into the 18-yard box. It's Ben Fox. Kept out. Kept away by Connor Johnson. And the referee blows his whistle. Headed by and there was a lot of toing and throwing inside the 18-yard box. Miller, I think, may have headed the ball into somebody. I think into somebody's back, or was it deflected away? I couldn't really make it out. But another substitute is about to be made for Northampton as Tariq Fosu-Henry makes way for Martin Waghorn. The first time Martin Waghorn steps onto the pitch as a Northampton player. Long-range throw into the 18-yard box. Northampton with a chance. Kept away and sent the wrong way by I couldn't see who, but Northampton have another chance. It's Mitch Pinnock into the 18-yard box, saved by Dan Yazef. For a moment, I thought Northampton were going to retake the lead, but Kettering rallied round superbly and kept the ball out. Good corner from Mitch Pinnock, almost headed in. I think Waghorn might have had a brief touch of the ball. What a sign to make his debut that would have been. Ball is now back with Kettering though. It's Devon Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans over the halfway line to Connor Johnson. Johnson to Ben Hart, but it's over the line for a throw on the near side. 6 minutes to go. It's still Northampton 1, Kettering 1. This game could go right down to the wire. And it will be a Kettering free kick. Swiftly taken as Richard Lavery tries to compose himself. In the event that the game goes to extra time, I will let you know my player of the match in the extra time period. If a goal is scored within the time that we have left, I will let you know just before the final whistle. As Kettering take the free kick, it's Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans with the ball for the Poppies. Kept away by Jack Baldwin. And this game could be very significant for Kettering if the game goes into extra time. Ball is being thrown to be taken by Kettering. It's over the line. It's over the line once again. I think the Northampton player that may have touched the ball would have been Akinwale Odinmayo. So Tyler Magliori to take the throw for Northampton. It's Cameron McGeehan. McGeehan after the ball. Retaken by Connor Johnson. Johnson to Niall Ranger and Luca Miller. Gary Storer passes to Niall Ranger. And And the referee has judged the ball to have gone out, so it will be a throw-in to Northampton. Ball caught by Nick Sarnev. Sarnev to Guthrie. Now back towards Sarnev, and after the ball is Gary Hooper. But Yazef was able to defuse the situation. Now it's back. Sarnev was able to defuse the situation. Now it's back with Kettering, and almost headed away by Mitch Pinnock. The Kettering fans want that second goal. They could well get it from this corner. Gary Hooper is the Kettering player closest to goal. And everyone trying to get into position. I think Guthrie trying to direct his players in, and it will be Tyree Wilson that will take the corner for Kettering Town. Can Kettering take the lead out of this one? Headed away though by Magliore. Sent back in by Storer. Almost an open goal, but Northampton quickly see to that. And it's Ben Hart, headed by somebody from Northampton. A long range shot, saved by Nick Sarnev. That was Gary Hooper with the effort, and that goal would have just been something incredible. Completely unmarked. Nobody apart from Nick Sarnev knew he was there. And the ball is back with Odin-Mayo, headed by Baldwin. The ball is now inside the 18-yard box, but the flag has gone up. Offside. And we'll try and work out who was offside. I believe it may have been Martin Waghorn, and a Kettering player. It looks like he will be substituted, and coming off the pitch is Tyree Wilson. He has been one of the standout players for Kettering in my view. And onto the pitch comes Wes York. With just a minute of normal time remaining, can Northampton or Kettering score that last minute goal? Over the line on the near side. Throw in to Kettering to be taken by Ben Hart. Hart looks for a chance. He throws. Deflected back towards Hart. Ranger. Hart again. The ball goes into the 18-yard box. Almost picked up by, I think that was Hooper. Now it's with Gary Storer. Given away to Martin Waghorn. Ben Fox. Ball is now back with Connor Johnson, who was over the halfway line, and a yellow card has been issued. We'll let you know who the player is shortly. We've now gone into the 90th minute. Was it Jack Sowerby? Was it Jack Sowerby? No, it wasn't. I think that might have actually been Aaron Powell who fouled Ben Fox. And yes, indeed it is. Aaron Powell has been given a yellow card. We're just waiting to see how many minutes of injury time will be added. 5 minutes is what we get. And it's Devon Kelly-Evans for Kettering. Passes to Wes York. Now Odin-Mayo to Luca Miller. Luca Miller to Will Ondermark. Ondermark loses it to Storer. Kettering trying to keep hold of the ball, but given away to Pinnock and to Northampton. I think that might have been a kick into the back by Gary Storer. We'll try. I couldn't tell exactly what he did, but one of one of those teams will at least be looking for just one goal to send them through to the second round. And to take the throw in is Lewis White. White to Storer, but it almost ended up at the feet of Jack Baldwin, I think. And I think Luca Miller may have just run into him. Goal kick given to Northampton Town. And so Nick Zarnev sends the ball out of the goal, headed by Lewis White. Ben Fox to I think that was Wes York. Wes York given to Guthrie, who slips up. And Ondermark has fouled Devon Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans gets up onto his feet. He's all right. And that slip up could well have cost Northampton a chance at scoring the goal they need to get them through to the second round. It may well go to extra time after all. So the ball still with Kettering. It's now with Jack Sowerby for Northampton Town. Over the line it goes. And to take the throw will be Mitch Pinnock. Pinnock throws, headed by McGeehan. McGeehan with the ball. Now it's with Ondermark. Ondermark into the 18-yard box, and a player has gone down who looked like he was about to take the chance. It was Martin Waghorn. And that was a last gasp attempt at goal for Northampton Town. It was set up really nicely. Ondermark with the initial challenge, and it was Ondermark with the delivery, and it was actually Akinwale Odinmayo who almost caught the ball, but was brought down. I'm surprised there's been no penalty given, and now we're down to the last 60 seconds. Can Northampton or Kettering score a last-minute goal? Gary Hooper for Kettering. It's now with Mitch Pinnock. Pinnock passing to Sowerby, that but given away to Lewis White over the halfway line. Passes to Dan Yazef. Yazef to Powell, I think that was. Devon Kelly Evans to Lewis White. White, it's over the line. It's over the line. I don't think there's gonna be a chance for anyone to score within the next 15 or so seconds. They've run out of time. I think they've run out of time. We will be going to. It looks as though we will be going after all into. Looks as though we'll be going into extra time. And we've now approached the 95th minute. And as Lewis White gets ready to take the throw, White throws, and that is it. Extra time is to come. And after 90 minutes, it's Northampton Town. And after 90 minutes, it's Northampton Town 1, Kettering Town 0. Whoa! I wasn't expecting such a resurgence. I wasn't expecting such a resurgence from Kettering Town. Northampton were wise to them after that goal by the substitute Miller. They were pressing really hard. But it just but it just was not. But it just was not to be. And so the managers will have to. And so the managers will have to. We'll have to take a look. We'll have to take a look at this. And try and recess the situation. But I'm all but out of breath. We're gonna have a break of about 2 minutes before we get on with the first period of extra time. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's alternative audio coverage. We're just about ready for extra time, and away we go then for this first period of extra time between Northampton and Kettering, and over the line it goes. I think it was Mitch Pinnock who sent it over. No, in fact it wasn't, and throw in to be taken by Pinnock as Akinwale Odinmaya has made way for number 28, TJ Ayoma, another new signing for Northampton. So the ball being passed out of goal to Tyler Magliore. Magliore to Jack Baldwin. Baldwin to Guthrie, who's on the far side. Northampton playing from left to right, and Kettering from right to left, as Ondermack is just about fouled. Free kick to Kettering, and the ball now being sent towards Gary Storr, I think it was, but kept away, or was it Wes York? No, it was Wes York, kept out of the corner by kept away from the corner by Northampton, and TJ Ayoma did well to hold that off, and it's a corner to Northampton, and And full time in the Premier League match between Wolves and Crystal Palace, it finished 2-2. As we get on with the corner, it's a Kettering corner into the 18-yard box, headed in, and Kettering take the lead. It's through Niall Ranger. Niall Ranger with the finish, and this could well be a shock on the cards. For the first time in their history, Kettering could well have beaten their county rivals. Niall Ranger, the man who played for Niall Ranger, the former Newcastle United man. What an amazing finish. Holds up his boots, and Richard Lavery is really, really happy, and so are the Kettering fans. Good delivery by Miller, and Niall Ranger with the final header, and in it went. Northampton, and now it's Northampton's turn to play catch up. And what a fantastic and that's the reaction from Richard Lavery running around the pitch and congratulating Niall Ranger. So Northampton have to catch this one up with Ben Fox. Niall Ranger once again. Magliore. Straight toward Magliore towards Sarnev. Now the ball is with Fox. Fox now to, I think that's Mitch Pinnock. Over the line to be taken. It's Northampton throw. I think that was taken by Will Ondermack. Now the ball is with Cameron McGeehan. McGeehan to TJ Ayoma. Ayoma over the crossbar. And I still can't get over the fact that Kettering have taken the lead against Northampton, but that could change with this corner. Mitch Pinnock to take the corner on the near side. The ball goes into the 18-yard box. Nobody gets to it. Pinnock to Magliore. Magliore now to Ben Fox. Ben Fox gives the ball away to Kettering. The ball bounces over the halfway line to Nick Sarnev. And the ball has been passed to Magliore. Magliore to I think that was TJ Ayoma. Ayoma, Guthrie. Ball goes up the halfway line to McGeehan. McGeehan to Jack Powerby. Powerby to possibly Henry, I think that was. Now the ball is with TJ Ayoma, and Ayoma has fouled Gary. And Ayoma has fouled Gary Scorer. They both went down at the same time. And after 6 minutes of extra time, it's Northampton 1, Kettering 2. As Niall Ranger is about to be substituted. But what an amazing finish! And with a header like that, rolling back, he just rolled back the years as Ranger is off, And in his place comes Marvin Sordell, another player with Premier League experience. He played at one time in the Premier League for Bolton Wanderers. As getting ready to kick the ball out of the goal is Dan Yazef. Over the line it goes, and it will be a Northampton, and it looks as though it will be a Northampton throw. Northampton throw to be taken by Magliore. Magliore headed by Waghorn. Now TJ Ayoma. Ayoma to McGeehan inside the centre circle, and just out to Sowerby, who was inside the centre circle at the time, almost given away to Kettering. But the ball has now been conceded to Gary Storer. The referee has called a stop to play. I think that might be for a free kick, as Sowerby as Hart was judged to have fouled McGeehan. Free kick to Northampton Town and Mitch Pinnock. Pinnock takes the free kick, and a missed opportunity to equalise by John Guthrie. The ball's now back in the 18-yard box. Pass out to Ayoma. Ayoma inside. Now Ayoma now crosses inside the 18-yard box. Cleared away by Kettering. And the ball ends up at the feet of Nick Zarnev. Zarnev to I think that's Jack Baldwin. Back to Zarnev. Zarnev sends the ball. Zarnev sends the ball forward, but intercepted by Kettering. It's Kettering with Hooper to Luca Miller. But the ball pass back to Nick Zarnev in goal. It's Magliore to Will Ondermack. Ondermack to TJ Ayoma to Magliore. So the ball is now over the halfway line to Cameron McGeehan. McGeehan to Mitch Pinnock. It's Pinnock and tackled by Ben Hart. But retaken for Northampton by Jack Sowerby. As Magliore retakes the ball for Northampton. Passed out by Nick Zarnev to Guthrie on the far side. Sowerby to Pinnock. Now back to Guthrie over the halfway line. Ball is now with Baldwin down the wing to Tyler Magliore. Forward pass by Northampton to Cameron McGeehan. McGeehan passing up the wing again. Headed out by Ben Hart. That looked like a cross into goal. Ball is now with Martin Waghorn. It's Waghorn to Will Ondermack. Retaken by Kettering Town and Devon Kelly Evans. And so, but it goes over the line on the far side. I think the man with the final touch was Ben Hart. I think he's hurt his leg in the process. The referee comes over to take a look. We've now got less than 5 minutes before the halftime period. Before the end of the first period. of extra time. This was the goal. This was the goal by Luca Miller and Niall Ranger. Both came out of nowhere. And it just goes to show that the magic of the FA Cup is still alive and well. So the Kettering physio coming to have a look at Ben Hart. He may well have to go off. He looks in such a lot of pain. We may have additional minutes added on before the end of the first period of extra time. Referee and the physios now talking to each other, and of course talking to Ben Hart. John Brady looking very disconsolate. He knows that time is ebbing away for Northampton. They've got to equalise within the next 17 or so minutes. But Richard Lavery looking very calm and composed on the touchline, smoothing his hair. And he goes over to talk to his assistant manager. It's on the mark for Northampton, but cleared over the line. A yellow card has been issued against Ondermack. We'll try and work out what the yellow card was for. And oh yes, this was an incident which I didn't see. I couldn't catch the Kettering player that went down, but Will Ondermack has been given a yellow card. And the player that went down was Aaron Powell, I can confirm. And it appears to be raining at Sixfields at the moment. Danier's left to take the goal kick for Kettering. The ball is now with Wes York, given away to Ondermack. It's Gary Storer to... I think that's Hooper. Yes, indeed, it is Hooper. Getting into a bit of a wrestling match with Jack Baldwin. Baldwin wins, but the ball is retaken by a Kettering, and I think one or two Kettering players trying to make a case for it, but nothing doing. So on the far side is Mitch Pinnock. Mitch Pinnock with the ball. And I think he ran into Luca Miller. And we're now into the 15th minutes of the first period of extra time. How many minutes will be added on? It remains to be seen. 3 minutes have been confirmed. it's Ondermack to Ayoma. Now back towards Ondermack. Ondermack to Baldwin. Now Ben Fox. Ben Fox approaching the 18-yard box. Caught by the Kettering defence. Sowerby heading towards Martin Waghorn, but nothing doing. He's having another go at it. Wes York intercepts the ball for Kettering. Does want to clear it to the other side. It's Luca Miller. Miller to Devon Kelly-Evans. Gary Hooper passing to Devon Kelly-Evans, but retaken by Ondermack. Ondermack to Guthrie. I mean, intercepted by Connor Johnson. Throw in to be taken by Northampton. And the ball is with Jack Baldwin. It's over the halfway line. Passing to Tyler Magliore. Magliore to Ben Fox. Ben Fox almost loses it to Luca Miller, but Northampton are able to salvage the situation. It's TJ Yoma. Did he have his foot stamped on it? Looked like he did. Free kick to be taken by Northampton Town. We're now into the final minutes of the added-on period of the first period of extra time, as Pinnock takes the free kick, saved by Dan Yazef. How did he manage to save that? It looked as though it would go in, but Dan Yazef has saved it just at the last moment. And Richard Lavery is really happy with that, as the clock ticks down towards the end of the first period of extra time. We now have some 10 seconds left, as Martin Waghorn now. Mitch Pinnock now has the ball for Northampton Town, given away though to Gary Storer, but that doesn't matter. It's half time after the first period of extra time, and it still remains Northampton Town 1, Kettering Town 2. A shock could well be on the cards. We're gonna go for a break for a couple of minutes, but we'll be back for the last period of extra time. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's alternative audio coverage of Northampton Town against Kettering Town. We've just had the first period of extra time, and Kettering Town took the lead courtesy of Niall Ranger. The second period of extra time is about to begin. It'll be Kettering to kick us off, and this time they will be going from left to right. Northampton Town going in the other direction. And we are off for the second period, of extra time, as Kettering take the ball through. Luca Miller concedes to Ben Sowerby on the far side, to Jack Sowerby, I should say, on the far side, and the ball has been slips through and ends up with Northampton Town. Mitch Pinnock with the ball as he approaches the 18-yard box. In it goes, but headed away, but deflected away by Kettering. Now the ball is with Jack Baldwin. Baldwin to Magliore. Magliore down the wing to Jack Baldwin. Baldwin passes to Mitch Pinnock. Pinnock in towards Martin Waghorn. Now back to Pinnock. Tackled by Kettering Town. And over the halfway line is Magliore. Marvin Sordell out on his own. No way was he going to convert anything as a goal. He would have been miles offside. And it's Devon Kelly-Evans on the near side. Ends up at the feet of Nick Sarne. Kettering have got to hold on at the least in order to secure their place in the next round. Although another goal couldn't possibly hurt. Don't forget, if this game is level after this 15-minute second period, we will go to penalties. The ball is with Mitch Pinnock inside the 18-yard box. Almost sent it towards Waghorn, but somehow he misses. Ayoma almost picked up the ball, but nothing doing. And the ball was sent in towards Marvin Sordell, but kept out by Nick Sarne, also because Sordell was a long way away from everybody. And so to take the goal kick for Kettering is Dan Yazef. So Yazef kicks the ball. So Yazef kicks the ball out of the goal in towards Marvin Sordell, taken by Luca Miller to Gary Storer, or is it Wes York? No, it's Wes York. York sent away by Jack Baldwin in the arms of Nick Sarne. Now it's with Mitch Pinnock, who's on the near side over the halfway line. Nice forward cross to Cameron McGeehan. It's McGeehan with the ball. Loses it, but picked up by Martin Waghorn. Now the ball goes over the halfway line to Magliore. It's Tyler Magliore down the wing, or should I say across the wing to Ben Fox. Fox to Pinnock. Northampton looking very threatening around the 18-yard box. The ball is now with Marvin Sordell for Kettering, he passes quickly to Kelly-Evans. Looked like he was going to pass. Looked like he made an intention to pass to Yazef in goal, and that almost cost him because Martin Waghorn was in the right place at the right time to intercept. So that was almost dodgy playing by Kettering, and Waghorn a bit annoyed as he couldn't take his chance. Now Gary Hooper, he concedes to Jack Baldwin, and the ball goes over the near side. And the ball goes over the near side touchline for a throw. We now have some 10 minutes of this second period of extra time left. The Kettering fans could well be starting to feel anxious and nervous. Can their side hold on for the next 10 minutes? Ball now thrown by Pinnock towards, but was intercepted by Kettering. It's Marvin Sordell. Sordell with the ball on the near side. Does well to keep it in. Gives it away to Jack Baldwin. It's now with TJ Yoma inside the centre circle. The ball now being thrown across into the 18-yard box. It's now with Hondermark and Ben Fox just couldn't finish it off. Very disappointed. Ben Fox should be very disappointed. Headed by headed by John Guthrie, and Ben Fox just couldn't finish it off. And John Brady, very disappointed. It's Gary Hooper for Northampton. I mean Kettering, but it's over the line. The ball is now with Nick Zarnev. Zarnev gives the ball away though to Marvin Sordell. Sordell crosses across the wing to Gary Hooper, but Northampton get there before he does. It's Jack Baldwin. Jack Baldwin pressing the ball. It goes over the halfway line. That's a forward pass to, I think that was Marvin. So I think that was John Guthrie. The ball's now inside the 18-yard box. Saved by Dan Yazef. In about 5 or 6 minutes time, I will let you know who my player of the match is. I've seemingly made up my mind, but it could well change within the next few minutes as Yazef sends the ball out. Of goal. Sordell gives the ball away to Pinnock, and Pinnock passes to Cameron McGeehan. The ball is now with Guthrie, and Northampton missed the chance to equalise against Kettering. That was a missed opportunity. Martin Waghorn just missed the ball by inches. Good blocking by the Kettering defender White. And he did really well to slow Waghorn's momentum. Goal kick to Kettering. Kicked out by Dan Yazef. It's Marvin Sordell. Sordell looking to pass to Hooper, but ends up at the feet of Magliore. Magliore to Miller. It's Ben Fox from just outside the centre circle. Marvin Sordell. Sordell to I couldn't see who, but it's now back. It's now back with Dan Baldwin. Baldwin passes to Nick Zarnev, and Zarnev passes once again to Magliore, who's approaching the centre circle. Crossed over the halfway line to John Guthrie. Guthrie to Waghorn, but he misses yet again. I think something has caught the referee's attention, and I think one of the players, and I think Guthrie is having a quick chat with him. Remember, only the captain of each team is allowed to speak to the referee. And so it will be a free kick. And so it will be a free kick to Kettering Town. And everyone taking a sip of Bovril to calm the nerves. As Nick Zarnev rolls the ball out towards towards Magliore. Magliore crosses across the wing to Waghorn, but intercepted by Marvin Sordell. And the ball is now with Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans to Marvin Sordell. Sordell fouled just before the 18-yard box. Free kick. Will there be a free kick to Kettering Town? A yellow card has been given against the Northampton player who fouled him. It was Tyler Magliore, or should that be it? Or should that be Magloire? Or should that be Malois? I apologise if I've been pronouncing his name wrong. It was Magloire. It was Magloire. And now is as good a time. And now is a good time to let you know who my player of the match is. And I have given it to Niall Ranger. So Niall Ranger is our player of the match purely because of that superb goal. Probably because of that superb header, which resulted in a goal from that Kettering corner. So well done to him. As Gary Hooper now has the ball, he passes to Marvin Sordell. Sordell concedes to Sowerby. It's now back with Kettering and Fox. Northampton and Fox. Again to TJ Yoma. Now back with Jack Sowerby. Sowerby to Malois. Inside over the halfway line. Pinnock back towards Sowerby inside the centre circle. Ben Fox crossing in towards the 18-yard box, punched away by Yazef. I think Waghorn went down inside the box. The referee says play on. With 2.5 minutes to go, Kettering are on the verge of causing an FA Cup upset. It's Fox for Northampton inside the centre circle. Waghorn approaching the 18-yard box. He passes to Onderbach. Onderbach to Fox. Across into the 18-yard box. Headed clear by Wes York. And with 2 minutes to go, it's Northampton 1, Kettering 2. Although I'm sure there will be a few minutes of injury. Although I'm sure there will be a couple of minutes of injury time added. So throw in to be taken by Mitch Pinnock. Mitch Pinnock throws in towards the 18-yard box. Is it going in? No! Kept out by Kettering. It's Sowerby. Concedes to the Poppies. And that's a long-range ball towards Nick Sarnov. Sarnov steps out of his goal and clears the ball forward to John Guthrie. A lot of action, and the action has mostly been going around inside the Kettering side of the pitch. Jack Baldwin to take the throw for Northampton. Just under a minute of normal time left. And Marvin Sordell clears the ball over the line. That'll be another throw in. And Devon Kelly Evans, he's been really good as well. But I didn't consider him as my player of the match. Although if I had, he would have been right up there. So Pinnock in towards the 18-yard box. Almost picked up by Marvin Sordell. Given away, though, to Jack Baldwin. Baldwin to Magloire. Magloire to Jack Sowerby. Sowerby to a Magliore. We're now into the 30th minute. How many minutes will be added on? The ball goes over the line. It's a throw into Pinnock. Only 1 minute will be added on. So Kettering will have to defend with all their might to avoid the game going into penalties. Northampton have just got to score that one goal to take the match into penalties, but Kettering are so far keeping them at bay. And the way things are going, I think Kettering have done enough to make it through to the second round. Maguire under pressure from Luca Miller. We're now into the last 10 seconds. Saved by Yazef, and I think Northampton have lost the chance to take the game into penalties. Richard Lavery can't believe his club's luck. And a goal kick will be taken. But a goal kick will be taken by Dan Yazer. He's being restrained by the rest of the management. The ball kicked out of goal by Dan Yazer, and the final result: Kettering Town are through to the next round for the first time in their history. They have beaten Northampton Town. I am just lost for words. Russ Vernon says, "Great work, Nick." He was listening in during this time, and jubilation and ecstasy for Kettering Town. That Niall Ranger got that they were down. They were 1-0 down at half time because of a Connor Johnson own goal, but they got themselves back together. They regrouped, and those goals and the second half goal by Luca Miller was what kick-started their resurgence, and they finished it off right there and then with that Niall Ranger header, and Richard Lavery is absolutely delighted, and so too are the Kettering fans, jumping up and down and dancing. We're gonna have to leave it there. That full time after extra time at Sixfields. Northampton Town 1, Kettering Town 2. That wraps up our coverage on the Commentary Hub. I've been Nicholas Jones. Have a great rest of your Saturday nights, and we will be back on Monday for Cheshire United against Lincoln City with Russ Vernon on commentary. I've been Nicholas Jones. Take great care. Good night.